welcome to another vlog video. So this week I been relaxing and doing a lot of different things. Yeah, I'm just trying to relax because I didn't have an Easter. I had worked the entire weekend, so I was just much, watching everybody having fun with the family while I'm working. So I started my garden. Well, tomatoes. I potted some tomatoes. So, and I have some more stuff I want to do, but for right now, at least I got that out of the way. And I also was doing junk journaling, and I find it to be so relaxing. It's very creative, so I'm like in a zone when I'm doing it. And I don't know why, I just one day was just like, yeah, let me start one from scratch. So I made it out of cardboard. This cardboard box that I got from a facial gift set from Sephora, and then I just kept going until I was able to create something. So now I'm in the mood. I want to try something else. I just like, just anything to do with journaling. So I'm venturing into the junk journaling zone, and I'm enjoying it. So as far as reading, so Blockshot from Candy Ryan, the second book in her Hoop series, I believe it's called. Yeah, let me see my Kindle. Yeah, the Hoop novel. It wasn't as good as the first. It definitely wasn't as good as Longshot. Longshot was just amazing. It was just, I think because I just the main character in there, she just annoyed the heck out of me. So I didn't really love it like I loved Longshot. But it was interesting and it did keep my attention. I also am literally 50 pages left in this, and this definitely was not what I expected. It's just like everybody dropping dead. And then also there was just a bit of betrayal that I didn't see coming either. Oh my God, I can't wait to get to the next 50 pages and finish it. I'm gonna do a full review in this video. A review and a bit of discussion on this book, because this book deserves a discussion based on what's, the book world. So that's the goal in this video, this one. And I also downloaded Rhyme and Reason from Nia Forrester. That's her new release. It just came out a few days ago. So I want to start reading that as well. Definitely probably not going to finish it for this vlog. But, anything, Nia Forrester is kind of giving me Danielle Allen kind of vibes. But she's a little bit more strictly romance versus Danielle Allen. She gives you things to ponder on with her books and the things that she discusses in her books. But the vibes is similar. So anyway, so that's it. Keto life. So seafood, been eating a lot of seafood. And also I tried one more time almond pancake, but I added blueberry. So it didn't end up in the trash this time, but I was trying to convince myself the whole time that, oh, this is not so bad. Still don't like it. So that's a fail. But I'm going to try something different today. Let's hope it comes out good. You'll see in a minute. Another out of my comfort zone food I'm going to try. But yeah. So anyway, that's it for right now. Yeah. So guys, this is a turkey burger. It's very basic. All I have is cheese and, of course, spinach on top. And the bun is actually mushroom. So this is the first. Let's see how it tastes. So yes, actually tastes real good. I'm surprised. The only thing is the mushroom is hot. So, you know, like a hamburger bun, it would be different to grab, but it's good. Yes, for this one. So I'm going to be doing a wrap up now of Black Leopard, Red Wolf. And I've been reading this book for a month now. And each week I've broken the book down by the section. It's 6 section the book is in. And I basically wanted to be in this world longer because I knew it's a high fantasy. It's an adult high fantasy. And it's a genre I don't read a lot of. So I wanted to be... take my time and really get into the story. With that said, I want to first say Riverhead, which is a division of Penguin Random House, did an amazing job with the PR for this book because they were able to convince everyone that this is a book that they should read. And I saw people hauling this book, a lot of people on Instagram, people who don't read adult book, predominantly YA. There are people who are contemporary readers. There's people who have never heard of Marlon James. And they wanted to read this book because of how it was, how PR was publicized in this book. And I can't knock them on it because it was a brilliant campaign for them. However, this book is not for everyone. I am not a high fantasy reader. However, I am a Marlon James fan. I have read all his books, so I know his writing style. I know how gritty he can be and raw and detailed he can be when describing anything that's violence as well as anything that's sexual. So I knew what to sort of expect when I heard it's a high fantasy, and basically, and some of the reaction that people have had, I wasn't surprised. However, with that said, I enjoyed this. I was surprised. I approached this book with this a bit skeptical because of how people were reacting, and also it's high fantasy. It's not my thing. However, as I was in the story and reading what was happening, I was into it. I started like really like wanting to know what's going to happen, and the pages were turning, and I took my time with it. There are times where I had to take a break for a few days and then go back to and read the next section. And I liked that approach that I took to this book because it made me really soak in what was going on and understand the story much better than if I was trying to rush into this book. So here's what the story is about. This is a story about a character called Tracker. Tracker has this gift where he's able to track people, things. His nose is like the golden nose, and he can track from someone who's days away from him, miles away from him. And he was sought of because they wanted to find a boy. And he doesn't know why they want to find the boy, what this boy is, what is his purpose, the boy's purpose, and why is he so important. But he is that person that they knew they were able to get, and he would say yes. While he is sort of on this adventure, because that's what the book is, just to me a one big adventure of finding the boy. The closer he gets, he is with other people. And some are good, some has other intention he is not aware of. However, as he approached different cities, he is being attacked by people or creatures or things that how they describe them, by either purposely attacking him because wanting to stop his mission, or by nature they're just not naturally anyone that crosses their path they will attack. So he's basically having to defend himself constantly, and he's a fighter, and you know these gritty scenes of him having to defend and fight and kill people is described to the T in this story. So it is moments where you're grin, you know, you had a facial expression of how he describing these moments, However, the closer you get, their characters that are fascinated. There's this one particular woman that is constantly talked as the witch, and she is, the way she's described, I want to see it in a movie. You know, there's a particular one that's kind of a sea creature, and how she's described also, you know, I want to see that on a movie setting. And one thing about this as well, I think people who struggle with this, I think as a movie this will be really good, because of how his mind works and how he describing things, and you know, people, and people's expression. You know, it's fascinating. With that said, the stories that he's hearing aboard the boy, is sometimes you're not sure if it's a real, or they are telling him these stories with other intention. And so I had moments where I'm like, who's telling the truth? Like, who's the boy really, you know? And I like that kind of suspense that this story had. There's also a betrayal that happened in the story that I wasn't expecting, and completely caught me off guard. But I love that that was thrown in it, because it made the story, made me backtrack on certain parts of the story where things kind of was fuzzy, and it started to make sense why that was the way it was, or why certain things was, character just became missing, and the reason why they said it just didn't add up towards the end. It's like I was tying things together. Also, when I started this book, the first section was not my thing. I remember just feeling a little like, what is this? What am I reading? But now that I finished it, they packed a lot of information in part one. Part one tells you what he was accused of, tells you about his family, and then when it ended in the beginning of part two, you're hearing why things was happening. So the whole time I'm like, okay, now I see why that particular scene happened. Also, for me, the cities, especially in part two, I liked how they talked about it. But this story also deal with some really heavy things. You know, there's talks of slavery, and there's a part where this woman was you know, captured, and how she escaped, and I love that part of her getting her freedom, and how she fought, and that whole part, how it was written was, you know, I love that. But there's also parts of it that talks about sexual violence, and it is a hard part to read. Especially, it's not just sexual violence against women, you know, it's men who is experiencing it. And that part, you know, I thought was very trigger, and a lot of people, I can see a lot of people who couldn't get past that part, and it's very understandable, because he wasn't a very what you call soft about it, or that's the best way I could put it. He was very detailed about it, and so that part for me was, you know, I had those moments, and I'm like, yeah, that's a bit rough, but it is how he is. He doesn't shy away from talking about everything when he writes a book. So overall, this is not for everybody, guys. Don't make yourself read a book that you know is not your kind of book, and then get upset and that you read it, or get upset that you spend your time reading a book that is over 600 pages and very dense. You know, this is not like big font. These, you know, you are going to spend quality time with this. So I would have recommended for everybody. This is not your everybody kind of book. So be mindful of that when you pick it up. Don't pick it up because everybody's reading it, or don't pick it up because you hear so much about it, because everybody's hauling it, or, you know, putting it on Instagram. It is Marlon James. However, if you really want to read a Marlon James book, this book, The Book of Night Women. I highly recommend this. Pick this up first. And then try his other books. And then if you feel like you can handle this, pick it up. It's not for everybody. I personally enjoyed it. I gave it a 4-star. I love the ending. The ending to me was, oh my God, it was so good. And it definitely makes me want to read the rest of the book in the series. I'm a little surprised myself that I actually enjoyed, because I really thought I wasn't going to like it as much as I do. But it was a book that I was in the moment of for over a month. So I was able to wrap myself in this world and get the characters and not get confused, because there are times where he is having flashbacks. And in the midst of his flashback, he's like talking about defending himself from an attack. So I can see people get confused where, like, are we still talking about that flashback, or are we talking about you getting attacked? You know, that kind of moment. And also, you know, the characters are themselves are complicated. So, you know, I was in it. I was in the moment. I was in the book. And I personally enjoyed it, and I would not recommend this for everyone. Like I said, I wish more people would enjoy it like me, but it's not for everybody. This book is not for everybody. And I'm going to leave it at that. So with that said, I am going to enjoy the rest of my day, and I'm going to be doing a lot more romance novel for the rest of the month, and think about what next adventurous book I want to add to my for May. Yeah, we're getting close to May now. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and have a good day. Bye.